Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello again, my dear students. Okay, so in the previous video, we've been introduced to petty cash book and how it works. But now we want to look at how can we actually approach a question that requires you to construct a petty cash book. So here in activity 18 for question 1, we will go through how we can record the expenses into our petty cash book. Okay, let's read it together. Aslam maintains a petty cash book as well as a main cash book. This is common for businesses. The imprest for the petty cash book is $100. So $100 is that should be your opening and your closing amount. During the first week of September, the following amounts were paid out by the petty cashier. So their period is weekly in this question. Okay. So here is a table that tells you all the cash expenses for the 1 week of September. And then it says they're required. Balance the petty cash book and show the entries necessary to restore the imprest to $100. So this is just basically telling you to start with the opening amount, record all the transaction, and then also bring down the balance, which is balance CD and also balance BD for the next week. Okay, so when you approach a petty cash book question, you always start out with the opening amount. So here the opening amount, so here the opening amount they told you it's $100, right? They use red pen. Okay, so that's what you will have to record first. So in the receipts part, receipt is money coming in. You have to record first your opening amount. Okay, since they are doing it weekly, you should have September 1st as your date. Okay, this is important. If it is a new business, I'm going to write down here. If it is a new business, your detail would be cash. Or if they tell you if it's bank, then you write bank. But if it's an old business, you will write down balance BD because that is the money you bring from last week. If the question does not tell you it's new or old business, you automatically assume it's an old business. So I'm going to write in my detail there, balance BD. Okay, if they don't give you a year, then it's okay, you can skip it. If they don't give you a voucher number as well, it's okay, you can skip it. Okay, so now that you've recorded the opening amount, we are going to move on to the expenses for the period. Okay, let's look at the first expenses. September 1. So I'm going to record that first, September 1. Paid $8 for postage. Okay, so I'm going to write in my detail. Your detail can be anything that describes the transaction. Just going to write there postage. So where will you record this $8? You have 4 categories here. You have postage, gifts, repair and maintenance, and transport. Okay, some question they will give you the transaction, and other question you will have to figure out the category yourself. Okay, so here it is a bit obvious. So the category will be postage. So I'm going to record the amount in the postage column. If that is the only transaction for September 1st, then your total will automatically be $8. Okay? So you've done September 1. Now we move on to September 2. $16 paid for flowers for a sick colleague. So I'm going to write September 2. My details, I'm just going to write flower. Okay, let's look at the category. Postage, gift, repair, maintenance, and transport. So which category do you think this transaction would be? Yes, it will be in gifts. I'll just assume you answered my question. The next one, so you've done that. So the next one, September 3rd. $20 paid for petrol. So the details would be petrol. Is it under postage? No. Is it under gifts? No. Is it under repair and maintenance? No. Is it under transport? Yes. So I'm going to write $20 in the transport column. And the total will also be $20. Next one. September 4. $6 paid for envelopes. So my detail will be envelopes. Again, which category will it be in? This is again a bit more obvious, so you'll be under postage. So $6 there, and the total will also be $6. That is done. September 5. $10 paid to plumber for repairing tap in washroom. Okay, again for details, you can write anything that is enough to describe where did the money go. So in this case, you can write plumbing, or you can write repair tap, or you can even write tap in washroom or just washroom. For me, I'm just gonna write plumber. And then it will be under repair and maintenance because it is a repair. Again, your total will also be $10. Okay, last but not least, the September 6th. $20 paid to post office for mailing a parcel. I'm just going to write their parcel in my details. And then it will be under postage. Alright, so once you've recorded all the transaction for the period, you have to close the account. Just like your double entry system, you have to close the account. So how do you close the account for a petty cash? First of all, you have to write down the total for the week. So I'm going to write here total. I calculated using my calculator. I have $80. Okay, again, in a petty cash book, you have to restore back the amount to the impressed amount, which is here $100. So how do we restore back the money you spent? By putting back in the same amount. So I'm going to put that $80 back into the cash book. So I'm going to record here $80, which I get from this amount. And then it would be at the end of the week, which is September 7. Where did you get the money from? So it could be from your cash or your bank. Alright? Now that you have reimbursed your amount, you have to bring down the balance CD. So I'm going to write here balance CD, which is also on the final day of the week. How do you find your balance CD amount? So first you have to total both sides, which is the money coming in as well as the money coming out. This has to balance. But look, it's only $80 on this side. So your balance CD should be 100. So that both the amount balance. So I'm going to close that. But I will also bring down the total for each column here. Here would be 34. Here would be 16, here would be 10, and here would be 20. Why did I do this? Why do I have to bring down the total for each column? So that it's easy for you to check if it's correct. So, for example, to check that your total here is correct 80, and to also check that all the money you've spent is already being put back in. But you're not done until there. Again, if you have balance CD, means you have to bring down your balance BD. So your balance CD is on this side. So your balance BD would have to be on the opposite side, which is the same thing that you have done here. So I'm going to write there September 8 because it's a new week. And then I'm going to write here balance BD. And that's it, Barta, you are done with your petty cash book. Okay, I know the quality of my handwriting in this video is average, let's say, but I'm gonna upload a better version on Google Drive. So you should try it yourself first, and then you can check if you are doing it right. Okay. Alright, thank you for tuning into my video. I hope it has been beneficial, and see you in the next lesson. Bye!